Okay. Hi everyone. I'm back again. So we're gonna talk about a very controversial issue, and that is breastfeeding. Um, it actually makes me sad that breastfeeding is controversial simply because um, formula is poison. Um, it is artificial. It is man-made. It has been proven. Do your own research. You don't have to believe me. It has been proven to make the baby's stomach, the intestines bleed because it is unnatural and it's not what the baby's supposed to have. Um, there's a reason why you have breast milk. And it really saddens me that women question. Like it's a question. Hmm, should I breastfeed my child? Um, absolutely. You know, or wouldn't you? Like I don't. I really have a hard time understanding um the formula thing. I know in many cases, if a woman has experienced certain sexual traumas, that she may not feel comfortable breastfeeding. I can totally understand that. But for the rest of the population, I don't understand why you would want to give your baby a drug. I just really don't. Um, it's just hard for me to understand. It really is. But I am the child of a very um, adamant breastfeeding advocate. So my mindset is kind of skewed. I'm also a lactation educator and counselor. So of course, I'm going to think breastfeeding is the best thing ever. But I have done my research. For those of you who are very spiritual um, and you are connected with your ancestral lineage, and I know for a lot of women of color in the United States, we don't have that. So there's not really a knowledge of what to do. We just kind of do what everyone else is doing, and we live in a country that has been um, just it has no respect for African culture at all. Um, but what I will tell you is that, or for indigenous people at all, what I will tell you is that if you claim to be Native American, if you claim African ancestry, if you claim that your ancestors came over during the Middle Passage, then you absolutely need to be breastfeeding. Um, Let me let y'all in on a secret. During slavery, um, many women were they had to breastfeed um, the slave master and his wife's children. The woman didn't want to do it herself. African American women, because you do have the melanin, um, or a larger concentration of it, your breast milk, I mean, it is priceless. It is priceless. I think any woman's breast milk is priceless. Um, but there's a different molecular structure to ours, and it's very special. Um, why breastfeed? Why? Why? What for? Breastfeed because your baby needs it. Because you don't want your baby's stomach to bleed in the formula. Breastfeed because your baby will be in a drug-induced sleep while they are taking the formula. They'd be like, "Oh, my baby sleeps all the time." Your baby is drugged up to the max. Your baby is drugged. Your baby is drugged, and I mean that. Like there are clinical studies to prove. Now the issue, excuse me, the issue is that most women are not going to go and do a clinical research trial or go look at past clinical trials to figure out, well, what happens when we give our baby formula. What we do is we go to the hospital and we the um, go to the hospital and we choose to go to um, other places, and they're just like, just give the baby formula. There's nothing wrong with it, right? Um, they told us there was nothing wrong with McDonald's. They told us there was nothing wrong with half of the stuff that we eat that is not healthy and that is causing a lot of uh, health problems with people. Um, one of the most important things that breastfeeding does, outside of keeping your baby healthy and all that other stuff the wonderful things that it does, is on a metaphysical level, you are giving your child your ancestral DNA. They say, oh, breastfeeding children have a higher IQ, they're smarter. They have the IQ from all of your ancestors. That's why they're so smart. That's why they're so intelligent. That's why these children act like little grown people, because they have the lineage, they have the DNA from your ancestors, and you've created a bond. You've created a bond that will never stop. A bond with you and a bond with your ancestral lineage, and that's for real. Um, Also, there's been an issue with women breastfeeding in public. Um, Mammary glands, which is the actual term for what your breasts are, they are not a sex organ. Period. I know you see Hooters and there's topless bars, and men like them. Okay, they're comforting. Okay, but they're not a sex organ. There's no reason to cover them. We are the only culture um, that thinks that that's wrong. But a woman can walk outside and go to a beach and wear a thong bikini and have her behind out, and it's not even a problem. It's no big deal. Some women can be topless at the beach. It's no big deal. But once you put a baby on that breast, then it becomes a controversial problem. I have a hard time understanding why we can't feed our children in public and why a breast is offensive. A breast, like, like it's just, I don't understand it. It's just a breast. It's just a bunch of tissue and a bunch of glands. I've breastfed in public before without a cover before. Um, I've protested when they created laws saying that women could not breastfeed in public. One time I did it in Forest Park, Georgia. You can look that up. There was a lot of controversy about that. Um, but there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with that. Telling a woman to go to the bathroom, you go to the bathroom and eat. You let me know how that feels. You let me know how that. You let me know how appetizing that is for you. When there's toilets flushing around you, and you have a little infant that needs to eat, and when you flush a toilet, germs like go everywhere. I think it's up to like 7 feet or something the germs can go. That's nasty. It's disgusting. But we tell a breastfeeding woman to go do a woman who's doing the cleanest, most natural thing for her baby. We tell her to go to a disgusting place, a toilet or a public toilet. Oh, Lord have mercy. It's the most disgusting thing because it offends you. Because you were taught that breasts were sexual, where you were taught wrong. And I blame society for that, for saying that it's wrong for a woman to breastfeed in public. No, it's wrong to shoot people in public. It's wrong to tell someone they can't shop in your store because you don't believe they have money based on the color of their skin. It's wrong to um, treat someone differently because of their religious belief. It's wrong to harm a child. Those are things that are wrong. Yet these things happen every day. I recently heard of a pastor who was a child molester in Florida, and um, his congregation felt like, you know what, we need him. We don't care that he molests kids. We're going to ban kids from the church and keep him as our pastor. But then we have people arguing about breastfeeding. That is the smallest issue. We need to have more women breastfeeding so that we can stop having all of these overweight kids and stop having all of these other issues that we're having in our communities, um, that are related to diet, related to nutrition. How you've been fed the first 3 months of your life, the first year of your life, determines how your digestive system works, how your immune system works, how your brain functions. And not to say that you're a bad person if you didn't get breastfed or your mom's a bad person or anything like that, but you do have an advantage. And to tell a woman when and where she can't do that for her child is wrong. That's where, as a society, we're wrong. We're wrong for telling someone what they can do with their body, especially when a woman can walk out and be scantily clad and no one says anything. But once you attach a child, it's a problem. And that's a problem in our society. We have an issue with children, as if we weren't children before. We have an issue, like I said, with the whole team no kids thing. We have an issue with families, with with being parents. We have a real issue with that. We think marriage is stupid. We think being a parent is a hassle. We think breastfeeding in public is nasty. That's our problem. That's a problem with how we perceive things, not how they're naturally done. Even wearing a bra, a brassiere, it's not healthy for your breasts. It's not. If you go to an indigenous tribe where women are topless, you would probably never hear about a breast cancer or a cyst or any of that. All of that's caused by our breasts being constrained. Notice when you take the bra off, they just kind of fall. They're supposed to be like that, but society told you you had to wear a bra. Always question what society tells you you have to do, um, because especially in the United States, 90% of the times it's wrong. They tell you to straighten your hair, but they don't tell you that when you do that, chemically, that there's placenta, animal placenta in those chemicals, and you're absorbing all of the estrogen, and now you have fibroids and cancer, and you don't understand why. They don't tell you that. They leave the other parts out. They leave all that stuff out. Okay? You not breastfeeding your child will make more money for the healthcare system. Just know that. Understand that. Okay? Um, but for your baby to have his or her best start, you absolutely need to be breastfeeding them. I don't care if it's for 2 weeks and you stop. You've done more for your baby than opposed to someone who just was like, no, I'll just give them the formula. Because it does a lot of horrible things. Lactation consultations, if you're having trouble, you don't know, have an issue, the milk's not coming, you can always email me. I'm at heal, HEL, at chosenwomb.com. And I'll be happy to help you. That is something that I've been specifically trained to do. So I hope you guys have a great day. And I hope that I've helped someone really think about their beliefs about lactation, human lactation, and breastfeeding. Have a great day.